has to. Today, I will be measuring driveline angles on this military-grade vehicle. I've already got my digital protractor zeroed in on the frame, so we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by measuring the angle on this diff, and it reads 5.0 angled down. So now I'm going to come over to this drive shaft right past the slip joint and measure it right there. Got to make sure it's flat. And I'm measuring a downward angle of 4.8, so that gives me a working angle of 0.2 degrees. Now I'm going to come past this midshift bearing to this drive shaft right here. And I'm measuring a downward angle of 2.9 degrees. So now I'm going to come past the U-joint onto the transfer case and get that angle. Make sure it's flat. I'm reading an upward angle of 1.8. I'm going to double check this one with a downward angle of 3.4. So that gives me a working angle of 1.8, 3.4, 2.8 is 1 degree, 1.6 degrees, something like that. So now, since I've already got the angle, this transfer case, I'm going to come to the end of this drive shaft past the slip point and measure that angle. And that gives me an upward angle of 0.4 degrees. So I would just take the downward angle of this and the upward angle of that and subtract it to find my working angle. And now I'm going to readjust since I've already got my angle, or no, I've got my angle on this shaft, so now I'm going to get my angle on this differential, and that gives me an upward angle of 2.6 degrees with an upward angle, god dang it, upward angle of 2.6 with an upward angle of 2.9 would give me a working angle of 0.3 degrees, since they're both angled up. And now, since I've already got the degree for this diff, I'm just going to come back to the other end of this joint and measure that. Try and find a nice flat spot for it. That's flat with a downward angle of 4.9. So I would add this degree with the degree of the differential to find that working angle. And now since I've got this one, I'm going to measure the body of this diff to find that angle. And that gives me an angle, upward angle of 13.9 with an upward angle of 9.8. So subtract those numbers to find your working angle, and that is the driveline angle analysis.